Hi everybody, welcome to another Witchy Book Club live stream. I hope everyone's doing well this morning. If you're watching this live or if you're watching the playback, I am really excited to just kind of hang out, do a really casual Q&A, talk about a bunch of different things. I needed kind of a pause button in between starting this book and the next book, which we'll get to, but I am also going live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel with my good friend from Art by Feeling. Her name's Sheldine, and she's in Australia. So I had two big live streams today, and I thought, I don't want to start the next book yet. So this is what we're doing. I'm going to announce and pick the giveaway winner. And I hope that we have a bunch of fun. Hi, Sam. How are you? Hi to anybody else who's going to be joining in. I'm just giving a few minutes for people to be able to pop in and see my notifications that I did on all the social media platforms. I'm good. How are you? So beautiful. Stop. Thank you. Feeling like a hot potato. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. And it's weird. I'm actually looking in, I can see myself, which I don't particularly like, but I can see myself, and I did my makeup and it literally looks like I didn't do anything. It's like, cool. I don't know if it's because the light's washing me out or what. Hi, Celtic Witch. Good afternoon from Scotland. I want to go to Scotland so bad. That's like one of my top places that I want to visit. Well, bareface works for you. Thank you. Not that I need makeup or anything, but I did spend time to do it, and you really can't even see it. This is what I'm saying, so thank you. All right, so when I originally wanted to try and get Melissa on here face to face to answer some questions and just hang out with us because we just finished her book, Kitchen Table Tarot, which I just freaking love. Can I say it again? Can I say it again? I love this book. It was perfect for introducing tarot to the Witchy Book Club because it's so easy for people who have never touched a tarot deck, never know anything about a tarot deck. It's also a really fun, down-to-earth, practical way for people who have been doing tarot for years and years. Gives it a very like modern way of connecting to certain things. It's easy and breezy. It's awesome. She's hilarious. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Laura Crow Girl. Hi to everybody coming in. So I wanted to have her face-to-face on here, but for some reason I couldn't get my, because you have to go live stream with another person on a different way than how I do it right here, and I couldn't get it to work. So I emailed her and let her know. I said, if you do still have time and can pop in the comments and answer some questions or just say, hey, again, that would be awesome. So you might see her popping in the comments, but I still am going to pick the giveaway winner. Should I do that now or should I wait? Mackenzie, hi Victoria Lynn, hi Solaria, how are you all? Look at the cute mug that I put all of the entries in. Woo! So I was really excited about this mug. It was in my September favorites. I thought it was super cute. George hates cats and I adore cats, and I really want a black cat, but he just hates them. So I got this for myself as like a here's my black cat, and it's so hard to drink out of. Like the lip is curled in, so like the contents of the liquids get stuck here, and then the ears make it almost impossible for you to drink out of. But that's okay, it's cute, and it's holding all of our entries for a free phone reading from Melissa. I'm so excited about it. Hello to everybody else coming in. George doesn't know what he's talking about. Cats are amazing. He has had a household full of a lot of cats before, and they were not so great cats. And they literally like peed on everything and they destroyed everything. So he just doesn't have a very good relationship with cats. The cat I had growing up, her name was Emily. And she was like the easiest, best cat in the world. She never peed on anything. She never destroyed anything. She like greeted me at the door when she was super friendly and cuddly. Like she was top-notch cat. So I have like the best case scenario in my mind about cats, and he has like not so great. So, good morning at work, but we'll be listening when I can. Hi, Isadora. Hi to everybody else coming in. So, what should we start with? Okay. Should we start with our giveaway or hello, Heather? Hi, Lovey. No, should we start with our giveaway winner? Because I feel like if I was doing this the way that I think I should be doing it, I pick the giveaway winner at the end. But let's just pick it now because I'm really excited for you guys. And I think a lot of you might not be able to stay the whole time. And I feel y'all filing in here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes because I still see a bunch of people trying to make their way over here. So we won't wait till the end to pick it, but we will say, how about we start with our homework? I didn't know whether to bring up our homework now or do it now and then repeat it at the end. That's what I was thinking. Hi, Max. Hi to everybody still coming in here. So I think I'm going to talk about the homework. Our homework, let me open to the page in my journal that I was sketching it out in. Okay. The homework from last week, and if you guys haven't finished it or you didn't do it, that's fine. I probably won't bring it up next week. I might mention it or whatever, but I didn't know whether to do the homework, talk about it next week when we start the next book, or talk about it now, but I'm kind of excited to talk about it now, so that's what we're doing. Our homework was, hi, the Barefoot Taurus. Okay, yeah. Was the totem pole. So we went over the court cards last week in the tarot system, and I gave you an assignment, if you chose to accept, of creating a artistic, it's so open, so free, and you guys can still do it if you want, an artistic way of setting up a family totem pole but relate them to the court cards. So I did 2 of them, and this is how I chose to do it. I told you if you're not artistic, you can do a collage from magazines, or you can just line up the court cards, how it makes sense to you, and take a picture. You can just write it out in a journal. You could paint it. You could do whatever you felt was right. But I was trying to make it a little bit more creative and artistic way of going about the homework. So using the court cards, thinking about your family dynamic, it could be your intermediate family, it could be what you consider your family that's not blood family, it could be anything you want. I left it really open-ended, but using the court cards to create some sort of totem pole. Hi, Yurikiki, how are you this morning? I love the alien emojis. Yes. So I did 2, and I chose to use watercolor. I'm not done with them, but I'm gonna show you kind of where I'm at. I did 2 of them because it made sense to me in my mind to do. The first one was my inner child. So I did one with a couple people in my intermediate family that I saw from the eyes of my inner child. So how I viewed people's energies and archetypes relating to the court cards as I was a child. And then the second one I did was today's eyes. So my current eyes on those people or the different people in my life, because the 2 totem poles changed a bit. So let me show you kind of what I did with watercolor. I kept it really simple. I'm going to adhere these into my bullet journal and take notes and kind of journal about it next to each person a little bit more. But here is my inner child one. So I took just like a little piece of watercolor paper and just taped, and some of it bled, but it doesn't matter. I taped a section off for each person that I wanted to kind of dive into. And on this page in my notebook, I wrote down, before I did the watercolor, which people I wanted to access. So my inner child, this is from the views of my inner child. And this one up here is my papa. This one down here is my grandmother on my dad's side. These are both my dad's parents. Then this would have been my dad, my mom, me, and my brother. So this was me when I was younger, and you know, my papa's now passed and stuff, so he's not on the second one. But I just took time, and so I designated a court card for each of these people. And so when I was getting ready to watercolor each space, I was thinking about that energy. So my papa is like the perfect example. I've said this before. He's the perfect example of the King of Pentacles. And he also was a Leo. So what I was able to do with the watercolor was to connect to the archetype of the court card of the King of Pentacles. But we're all so many energies, so I was able to drop different colors in there that would still relate to their like how I viewed them, how I saw them. And he was Leo. So even though he was this really 5 planets in Taurus, grounded, money, stable, King of Pentacles energy, he still had this like spark of like, he had Leo so much in him. So I was able to take and drop all of this green and make things really feel like, to me, a little bit more mature and grounded. And then I was able to drop some orange and yellow in there for that like spark of Leo. And that's kind of how I went about it for each one. What's interesting is to see the people in the first one and how I related them and what archetypes I saw them as a child, and how they changed when I was now today's eyes, how I see them for today's eyes. Now these don't line up perfectly because who I have on this one is my grandma on my dad's side. My grandpa's not here, so he's passed away. This is George, this is me, this is Michaela and AJ, and now this is my dad and my mom down here. So what's interesting to me, at least, or what I found out about this, is that here's how I saw my grandma when I was a child, and here's how I see her now. And seeing how and what archetypes, like when I was a child, I saw my grandma on my dad's side, the one you guys know, the one that I put videos up about all the time. I saw her as the Queen of Swords. Like, I was afraid of her. She was very direct and almost cold, but like really involved in teaching us things and us learning things, and like there was a way about things, and if we didn't stick to those kind of like unspoken rules, she would really snap and get on us about it. But she was a great teacher. She was really involved, but it was like kind of, for me, cold. Like I kind of feared that a little bit in her. And it was just because I didn't understand her, and that energy was so intense as a child. So this is how I saw my grandmother, and my grandma has changed quite a bit. The grandma that you see now in videos and everything, she is very different. Even though I've grown up and see her different, she is very different than what she was when I was a child. And so here is, this is the energy of what I saw my grandma before, the archetype of the Queen of Swords. And here's where I see her now as the Page of Wands. Like, my grandma has totally went into this, like, I'm older and I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to have fun, everything. Like, she has such a childlike way of seeing and viewing the world with such passion and spark. And she just kind of feels like a child now, which is, and I don't mean that in an offensive way, it's a total positive energy for her to be in right now. It was really interesting for me to set this up and to look at it in 2 different versions. And also, like, my mom, this is from, so hi to everybody who's still, hi Butterfly, how are you today? So this is my mom from from my childhood, and this is her now. And there isn't that much that's changed, except for me, in my eyes, she's gone from the energy of the Queen of Pentacles into a little bit more of the King of Pentacles. And so you can see the lines have gotten a little bit more harsh up and down. There's this like strict line in between where I feel like she carries a lot more like command than she did before. And she just makes a lot more of the rules and stuff for me. That hasn't changed too much in the color scheme, but she's just kind of gone up, if that makes sense. I don't know if this is interesting to you guys, but I wanted to talk about it a lot because so here's me as a child, right? And here's me now. Total difference. So this is me as a child, right? I was the Page of Swords to a T. Like, I love your blue opal ring. Opal's my favorite. Thank you. I love this ring so much. I don't know why. It's just so cool. I was the Page of Swords for sure. And so was my brother. So I feel like both of us were the Page of Swords. So here's my brother here. But I carried a little bit more fire in me. I was kind of like, as a child, maybe Queen of Swords with a hint of Page of Wands. And my brother was Page of Swords with a bit of Page of Wands, and my brother was Page of Swords with a bit of Page of Cups. So you can see how ours are really similar, but I kind of incorporated these in there, if that makes sense. I don't know, I had so much fun with this, and like my mind was just going and going with how I can connect different colors. And then when I sat back and looked at it and kind of put these two together, it was really interesting. So here's me now. Here's how I see me now as, well, I have a lot of things I see myself as, but I tried to pick one. So for me now, I feel like I'm the Queen of Pentacles. Even though I'm really airy in these live streams on a 24/7 basis, I feel like I am Queen of Pentacles. But I still have that air energy in here. So I just kind of layered this Page of Swords kind of coming into the Queen of Pentacles. So hard for me to mess that up. So that is kind of where I did the homework. I'm going to paste these into my bullet journal and kind of do the kind of do my journaling and write the names down so I don't forget who was who next to it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed doing the homework, or if you haven't done yet and you want to do it now and then share it in the Facebook group. That's how I went about it. You could do whatever you wanted, really. There was a suggestion. The homework came out of, where's my book? The tarot activity, but I kind of made it our own because we were doing court cards. For the whole entirety of the Kitchen Table Tarot live streams, we did our homework pulled or inspired by, because I changed quite a bit, the Tarot Activity book by Andy Matzner. This book was sent to me for a review along with journaling through the tarot. And I really, really like both of these. I will be doing a review on them, but all of our homework that was so fun and so cool came out of this book. All right, so that's what I had to say about the homework. How did everybody else? Did anybody do the homework? Didn't hear a peep about the homework in the Facebook group. And if you're not a part of the Facebook group, please feel free to go over there and join. It's just really fun, casual environment where we can talk more about each week's and what we're going over in the homework and questions and diving in deeper to conversations. So it's facebook.com/groups/witchybookclub. Hi, Angie. Hi, Madeline. What did I miss? Not much. I just went over my little homework assignment that I did and talked about it, what I discovered and everything. So I love your, okay. Yeah, I already read that comment. So anybody do the homework? Am I hearing crickets? Cricket? No? Anybody? Anybody want to do the homework now? Are you inspired maybe a little bit to do the homework? You keep it super simple and easy. And you don't have to use watercolor. We're like school kids. So you didn't do your homework? Is that what you're saying? You're a kiki. Oh, half finished. I've done 2 out of the 4 family members. So how did you go about doing it? Did you just write it out, or did you choose to do some sort of artistic way of doing it? I haven't done mine yet, as I'm still mapping it out a bit. And that's okay. We can go over this again or talk about it next week if you guys want more time. If you didn't think that I was going to bring the homework up today, totally cool. Maybe I'll show you again next week once I've pasted it in my... Danielle, what? There's a Facebook group? I didn't know that. I've been tuning in the live feed for a long time and still haven't been feeling, well, I'm still not feeling that great, but I miss you guys. I'm sorry, Danielle. I hope that you feel better. I know it's probably because of how far are you? Or what's going on? How far along are you? You did say you're pregnant again, right? Am I just making that up in my head? I haven't done mine yet. I missed last week, so I might do it this week. Okay, that's cool. That's what I'll probably do. I'll probably go over it briefly again next week. Let's go over it, give some slackers some more time, Angie said. Nice. Yeah, so facebook.com/groups/witchybookclub. You will see the raven painting as the background. Hi, Joshua. I'm doing an acrylic painting for each one, small scale, and then gluing sentimental details that make me think of them and are attributes. Oh my gosh, my heart just fluttered a bit, Madeline. Oh my goodness, please, if you feel like you want to share that with us, I would love, love, love to see that in the Facebook group. How amazing is that? I'm sure that you're just finding out so much about yourself and how you connect to those people doing it. So that's amazing. A++ for Madeline. Okay, so let's pick our winner now. Enough time has come in. So, there was a handful of people who actually completed the assignment correctly. Yes, 15 weeks with a... It's a girl! Ah, Danielle, I'm so happy for you. Danielle has a gangle of boys. 3 boys? I stalk you, I'm sorry. I just love you. I've said that before. Danielle has 3 boys or 4 boys? 3 boys. She has a girl. Yay. I am so happy for you. Congratulations. I just got chills. I'm so happy for you. My plan is to use the quartz to map each individual person as a combo of the quartz and editing the photos into a tower. Fun. Totally will do. Maybe in a day or 2 just because babies. Yeah, I feel you. Yay! Oh, that's so amazing. Congratulations. Okay. Oh, that made me so happy. So, here's our cat. I can't really show you. I don't want to tip him out. 3 boys. Okay. A gangle of boys, and now she's got a girl. I swear everywhere I go, people are having babies, and my baby fever is through the roof. Aw, you would be a great mom, Sam. Okay, so this is for the giveaway for a free phone reading that Melissa Cynova is offering up to you guys. So there were questions underneath each of our live streams for Kitchen Table Tarot, and I went and made sure you guys answered every single one, and there were quite a few people who did that, plus some who did share a live stream, so they got 5 extra entries. So some people have quite a bit of chance to win this, and some I do as well, but I'm really excited. Are you ready? Are you ready to rumble? Who is going to win our giveaway reading from Melissa? Ready? Who's ready? Let me know. Just gonna prolong it. Prolong it. Yes! Alright, our winner is... I want to make sure not, like, somebody else wasn't stuck. Oh my gosh! Angie! Angie won! Congratulations, Angie! Can you see that? I just wrote Angie because I didn't want to. No! Well, why did you? Me? Angie, did you not want to win or something? Congratulations! Why'd you say no? Really? Yeah. I mean, can you see your name on there? I don't know. Oh my God. Yes, I did. Yeah. Angie won. Oh, there we go. Just to make sure, you guys. And I had, you know, yay. I was surprised. Okay. I thought you were like, no. Yay. Congratulations, Angie. Thank you all. I'll step out and try to come back, see if it goes away. Oh, I don't know what you guys are saying. I'm sorry. So I didn't think I would win. Oh, well, congratulations. And thank you so much to everybody who did participate. I know there was quite a few of you who were like really wanting this and really excited to win, and you guys did all the questions and then you shared things and all of that. So please don't be upset if you didn't win. You can always book a reading with Melissa after this goes, after it's live and it goes up. What is that called? Once it's posted, I will put links to everything so you can connect and find Melissa, her website, and all this stuff. So congratulations to Angie. She really deserves it, so I'm really happy that it's going to you. That's amazing. She is just, yeah, she's a light in here. She really helps out a lot in the Facebook group, and she's just done a lot. So congratulations. You know what I think I did? I said to myself to wait till the questions are all out and then answer it. Yeah, that probably was a little bit, I feel like that might have been a little bit easier than waiting every week, but hopefully I made it easy for you guys to do it when I posted all the links in the Facebook group. But anyways, congratulations to Angie. I will let Melissa know that you are the winner, and we'll link you up for that phone reading. I can't believe I won. Oh, I'm so happy for you. And again, thank you to everybody else who joined in and answered the questions. Your answers were so interesting, and it was really fun for me to read all of that and to try and go back and just to see what your guys' thoughts were on some of those questions. So along the lines of sticking with Melissa Cynova real quick, I will again link. I'm at work and I kind of screamed out a bit. Scare the clients, babe. Sorry. Kitchen Table Tarot, Melissa Cynova. Melissa is coming out with a new book in March. I have been hopefully linking the Amazon link to pre-order her book coming out March. I was sent a rough, like a not a rough draft, a like, what is that called? Dang it, I can't remember what it's called. Well, she's letting me preview it beforehand, and I am terrified that I'm gonna say something or like give something away. Manuscript, thank you. And I was like, oh, you want to send it to me? Oh my gosh, me? Okay. I had already pre-ordered the book, so I was like, oh, okay, well, I've already pre-ordered it, but now I can read it beforehand. I'm really excited about that and honored that she sent it to me and she trusted me to send it early. But if you liked this book, and you want more from her, or you're looking to dive deeper or get a different perspective, or just want more, feel free to go and pre-order that book. She's not telling me to do this, but can we know the name? I don't want to get the name wrong, but I think it's like Tarot Through the Numbers, or no, that was her course name. I will leave it. I can't look it up because I'm on my phone. So if one of my moderators wants to go the extra mile and pull up, okay, Sam, you did it before I even asked. Tarot Elements, that's right. Because I was going to say Tarot Through the Numbers was her summer school course name. Tarot Elements, 5 readings to reset your life. It's a super interesting concept. And the way she's going to go about it, I just know it's going to be hilarious. I didn't want to start reading it until we were done with the live streams for this, because heaven forbid I slipped up and started accidentally talking about something that's coming out in March and I don't want to get sued. So I'm really excited to dive into that again. But if you want to pre-order it, I will leave a link once this is posted, as I've actually been doing in the previous live streams as well. Yeah, so that's it. I just checked out the details on Amazon. This looks exactly like what I need. Pre-ordering for sure. Yeah, so please let's support Melissa. If you're even slightly interested, I highly recommend you check it out, because if you connected with this, or even if you just are looking for the elemental energies through the tarots, I know she's going to break it down awesome. Also, oh, I need to check that out. Also, she's offering a kitchen table tarot class. So kind of what we did here, although she's the author, so she's really going to be able to break things down. Sam on top of the ball today. Thank you. So the link to Melissa's new book is in the chat right now if you're live and you don't want to wait for me to put it up on playback. So Melissa Cynova has a class on kitchen table tarot now available, I believe, through her website. So again, I will link that. And so if you want to kind of go through this again, or you want to hear it in the words of her, or if there's parts that you might miss or that you didn't quite get, and you want to see her perspective and how she goes about it, there is a class available through her, I believe, through her website. So I will make sure that all of those resources are there for you. But I just wanted to plug Melissa for a bit because I really enjoyed doing this. I really think she's a kick-ass person, offering a giveaway reading, entering into the chat last week and all that stuff. So just a big fan, and she's a super cool person. All right. I think, what else did I write down for some things I wanted to go over? Going over the homework. Hello there. How are you guys doing? Okay, so I did, oh, I kind of want to mention something. Can I plug myself really quickly? I'm going to plug myself really quickly. I created, it's going to be coming out Wednesday. It's like a 3-minute video, super small for my channel and super like quick. But I did, I filmed an artistic kind of bullet journal video. And I say bullet journal because I was doing something for my bullet journal, but I don't really talk about the bullet journal at all. You just see me creating this artwork. I don't want to plug it because I'm really proud of it, and it's something completely different than I've ever done on my channel before. So if you guys are looking on Wednesday and you see something come up, I think I titled it, I love bullet journaling, yes. So I think I titled it either the colors, no, color is my favorite magical tool. That is what the video is called, and it's poetic and different. I'm nervous about it, but I'm really, really excited. So if you guys could, when you see it, like, give it some love, because I'm nervous. I don't know, I'm only nervous because I like really hoping that you guys enjoy it. So just plugging that real quick. Keep an eye out on Wednesday for that little 3-minute video. Color is my favorite magical tool, or something about color. You'll see a watercolor thumbnail. So really excited about that. Oh, I can show you what the end result looked like. You want to see the end result? Dum, da, da, dum. November. It's backwards for you guys, but that's okay. Just a fun little short thing about the power of color and how I relate to color, and how powerful color is for me as a magical tool. So yay! Hi Imogen! Hi to everybody still coming on in. So what do you guys want to talk about? Because I have a few things that I'd like to kind of steer the conversation to. But while you guys come up with something to talk about, I did want to just mention before, and then I'll mention after, we are starting Uprooted by Naomi Novik next week. Now, our normal live stream time is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am taking my grandmother for a procedure at 8:30 in the morning. It starts at 8:30 in the morning. I don't know how long the procedure is going. I don't know if I'm going to need to go and stay with her. We will be going live, but I cannot guarantee what time that I will be going live until next Monday. So please stay in the Facebook, get in the Facebook group if you're not already. Watch my Instagram stories. Or just, stay tuned for when I am. It is a fiction, Danielle. I'm really shocked that you guys wanted to do fiction. So the Facebook group picked the genre, and then the Facebook group picked the book. I narrowed it down to a few selections. So this is what y'all chose, and I'm really excited about it. I did try and start it last night, but my eyes was so heavy. I only got to page 7. But I feel like I'm going to get through this very quickly. For those of you who have missed the previous live streams, we are going to be discussing the first 10 chapters. That's quite a bit, only because we've had such a long break in between that you should have enough time to get through the book's chapters. So I'm trying to find how many pages it is. So we're going to be discussing pages 1 through 136 tomorrow, all the way to chapter 10. It's not a ton, but it is quite a bit. And we'll be starting that, and I'm really excited. I'm still not sure how we're going to go about doing a fiction, but I love fiction books, and I think that this is going to be really fun. I've seen a lot of notifications from people saying that they've already read the whole freaking book, which good for you, but also slow your roll, peeps. Slow your roll. And yeah, so I'm really excited about that, and we will be starting that next week. Please be flexible with me, though. I have to take care of my grandma. I have to make sure she's okay. But I will be holding the live stream, and we will be starting that book next week. I just can't guarantee the time yet. My thoughts are that it's probably going to be sometime in the afternoon. And I'm sorry if that doesn't work for you, but that's what I got going on. All right, so what do you guys want to talk about? What's going on? Do you have questions? I've read like 6 chapters, and oh my god, it's so good. I'm so excited for you guys. Yes. I've heard it's really heavy. People couldn't put it down. I'm trying. I only wanted to read the first 5 this week and the other for next week. No, I mean, read all 10. That's cool. But then there's like people that are like, I finished the book. I'm like, all right. Hope nobody gives away any spoilers during the live streams. So I could do card readings, like quick little card readings. We can talk about my altar. We can talk about tarot questions since we just finished tarot. We can talk about fiction books, which we've done before live. Whatever you guys want to do, questions about anything. I have a question about digital readings. I'm doing a reading for someone through email. Any recommendations on how to receive energy from them for their reading? Okay, so that's a good question. Sam, I I will try and give you some sort of answer, but I can't really tell you how to read for somebody else, if that makes sense, especially when it comes to receiving energy. So I'll give you a few things that you might want to try out, but everybody's different in how they do that, and some people don't really try and tap into energy when they read like that. So they just stick to the cards and see what comes out. Some exercises that I've done before with like my video recorded readings is it's important for me personally to take a second to either meditate or to breathe and kind of settle in my space. It's really important for me to try and clear all of my energy and my stuff going on so that I can be an open and safe and protected vessel for messages. That's how I go about it. So it's really important for me to make sure that I'm not checking my phone. Put your phone in another room. Make sure that you're not, you don't have too many things around you going on. Like for me, to be able to connect and to concentrate, I really like to kind of clear my own mind, clear my own energy. Sometimes I'll do that when I'll just shuffle the deck beforehand and I'll kind of just say in my head things like I am letting my own daily energies and problems and situations and experience melt away as I become a clear and clean vessel to work with my spirit guides and any of the energies relating to the client. That's kind of how I go about it. Another thing for me that's really helpful is to say and to visualize the name. So if I get a reading through my website, it comes across as a name. And even if, because there's been a couple times where the name doesn't match the name in the email, I will just go off of what I'm feeling and kind of just envision both of those names, because obviously that person's got to be connected to the other person or connected somehow to those names. So I will either visualize or say the name over and over again before and just kind of try and live in that space. I have also done like automatic drawing or automatic writing. So sit beforehand. These are all suggestions. You don't have to do it, and I don't do these every time. I do, however, clear all of my stuff away and try and become a safe, protected, clear vessel for messages. That's like hands down, I have to do that. But I have done before like automatic drawing or automatic writing, because pen to paper is really powerful for me. So I will get in a space where I am just kind of breathing, grounding myself, connecting, clearing, all of the things. And then I will just kind of start like writing. Have you ever seen Tyler Henry, how he does that? I will sort of do something like that. So I will just like start drawing like back and forth, and then I'll just kind of like in my mind, if I'm seeing things, I'll connect. And then I won't go into super detail about it, but it's just a good way to kind of release. And then if I'm seeing any words or if I'm feeling any feelings, I will write that down. And then I have a good basis of like, okay, I'm connecting to something around this person. You can put their name of who ordered the reading up on the top, so you're visualizing and seeing their name as well. Those are just some suggestions that you can do, but if you're trying to connect to someone's energy via an internet reading or a video reading, or you're not there in person with them, or you're not seeing them face to face, it's important to make sure that you're not distracted. You're in a comfortable and grounded environment, in my mind, and to make sure that you're consciously trying to release your energy and the things in your mind and spirit to kind of be that safe, protected, but clear vessel. That's my best answer. Hopefully that was helpful. Sammy, please do more of the competition things again. I don't need a personal tarot reading, but seems super fun. I can totally do that. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'll keep that in mind, Kiki. I will maybe I can try and do one like once a month for something. Just going to say I have mixed feelings about the book. Which book? Uprooted or Kitchen Table Tarot? I really don't want to talk too much about Uprooted, but just let me know what book you're talking about. If you're talking about Kitchen Table Tarot, I'm going to say, what? What's Raven's Butterfly? There is a prompt that keeps telling me to sign in to add to chat bar. What is new? What? Butterfly, what? There's a prompt that keeps telling me to sign in to add to chat. Are you signed into YouTube? It looks like you'd have to be, because your name is coming up in the chat. I would like to working with gods and goddesses, but sure, if they want to, or if they are waving at me and me not seeing, how do I see? That was a cute way of wording that. Lily, So you want to work with God or goddess energy, but not sure if they want to or if they're waving at me or not. I'd say that they are. Again, I wouldn't consider myself an expert on this. I don't think anyone can be an expert, but if you want my opinion or kind of how I came to work with Coventina, everything is different. Everybody experiences things different. I think every energy is different. I think every god or goddess is different. Any time you're relating to a certain archetypal or energy like that, everybody's different. So I'm definitely going to start off by saying just what feels right to you. But if you're doubting things, if you're second guessing things, it's not going to work. It's not going to come through. Just have things be natural. If you're forcing it too hard, because I wanted to work with a goddess, I wanted to find one that I connected with. I spent like hours, searching online and going through books and reading up on all the different like pantheons and all these different energies and gods and goddesses and all these things, and there were a few where I was like, ooh, that one's cool, I could totally connect with that one, but it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like it was working for me. And the way that I started working with Coventina was I was working with the Goddess Guidance Oracle. I've talked about this before, but for me, how it worked was I was working with the Goddess Guidance Oracle, and the card Coventina came up like literally 9 times in 1 week in a crucial time in which I was experiencing something that related to her purification and her healing and her cleansing energy. And even then, who asked that question? I wanted to, Lily. Even then, Lily, I was like, oh my God, this is so crazy. I hear you. You're cool. And then it took me a whole year before I was seeing these random images of water. Like literally there was a whole day where I was like writing. I'm like, why am I seeing water? What is going on? I was seeing abstract paintings of blue waves and waterfalls and wells and all these things. And then I just decided to make a list and write down anything, like did automatic writing with anything that I associated to water. I talked about this in my Book of Shadows portion of my bullet journal. I have a portion in the back for Coventina. Let me go to I did automatic writing and I listed anything and everything that came to me with water. See, I just made, and this was before I had even connected to Coventina, and I didn't relate the two until afterwards. So I do think that if you're wanting to, just saying that and putting that out there, that you want to connect to God or goddess energy, there is some sort of energy that could be stepping up to you or making themselves known, and you're just missing the signs, which is cool. Don't force it. Go with it. But when something feels like, whoa, why did that happen? Or why did I hear that name? Or why am I feeling this? What am I thinking here? Just kind of acknowledge that. And play around with it. I'd say it'll come to you and you'll realize when it's ready, when it's time. And if you're like, is this it? Then just go with it and work with it and do what you want. And if it doesn't feel right, then move on. That's my best answer for that. Angie said, do you do daily card spreads or daily tarot or oracle card? How often do you do it? Angie, you're welcome, Lily. You're very welcome, Sam. Yes. I pull multiple daily cards. I do, at minimum, I'm probably pulling 1 or 2 daily pulls a day. So I have a deck at work. Typically, I won't bring a tarot deck to work just because I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit more, where my desk is like right where all of the people coming into the art gallery can like see my desk. So I feel like oracle cards are a little less problematic than tarot cards for where I work and what I do. But I'll bring maybe like an oracle deck similar to like the wisdoms of the oracle, something super easy to connect to, and I will pull a daily card for work. So the energies of like what I need to know when I'm at work. So like these cards are super, friendly, easy, straight to the point. But I do really connect and love this oracle deck. By the way, I'm pulling this out and I'm like now really wanting to work with this. Unfinished Symphonies. So I will pull a card at work if I'm working that day. Doing my morning pages, I'm at least probably pulling one card a day from either tarot or oracle or both. I will do a lot of the times a 3-card spread for myself or a 4-card spread for myself every single day. That's what my grandma does. She pulls a 4-card spread for herself every single day. I mean, I'm sure I miss like a couple days in here, but for the most part, I'm pretty ritualistic about it. And I do try and touch my cards, play with my cards, learn and have some sort of reading for myself every single day. And then I'm also coming in sometimes and being like, all right, it's a full moon. Let's do a large spread and see what else I can get. Or yeah, please pull a card right now for a collective message for us. Okay. Hold on. Thank you, Sammy. I look forward to monthly competitions. It would be super fun. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to go about that yet. Matter of fact, let me write that down so I like don't forget. Because we go over a lot of stuff. Monthly competitions. Okay. I can do that for you guys. What do you want me to pull from the Wisdom of the Oracle? I'm also up for doing little readings for you guys, like one little simple readings for you guys. I got the Sacred Creators Oracle out, and I have my regular Centennial deck out. But yeah, so the question about the goddess, I think did I fully answer everything? I'm very spastic right now. So just let me know. Just let me know, guys. Just let me know what you want. If you have other questions, if you want to hang out more, what do you want to do? Do you think that there is significance in 3 people getting the same card in their individual readings? Do you think there is significance in 3 people getting the same card in their individual readings? For what? I mean, yeah, definitely. But I guess I need a little bit more context. Like, if I were to do a reading right now and be like, all right, Sam, here's your card, or Angie, here's your card, or you're Kiki, here's your card, and it was all the same card, are you saying, would I think that that's significant? Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure. I think any 3 synchronistic thing there, for sure. I guess I just need a little bit more context, Sam. Ooh, Sacred Creators. Okay, yeah, for sure. Okay, so this weekend, me, my best friend, and Emily got individual readings. We all got the Queen of Wands. Yes, cool. That's awesome. The Queen of Wands is sort of stalking me right now, and I'm like, bitch, I don't like you. Get away from me. But clearly that's why she's stalking me. So yeah, of course I would say that that's significant. Anytime that there's, I mean, that's, if it was in the same time frame too, yeah, I definitely look into how that relates individually to each of you, but also how that could relate to you as a collective trio. Also, I saw your Halloween costumes. You killed it. You awesome. You killed it. All right. I will pull, I don't generally love general readings. But we'll do one general reading, and then the contest was rigged. Was it? I'm sorry. I'm going to be pulling a general or an overall energy from the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann Donnelly. This is probably my most used Oracle deck. Again, because it is so influenced by color and it's simple with its messages. I work really easily with it. I love using this deck for the chakra reading that I have available on my website. If you guys are interested in readings from me, my website is up. It's samanthamenzo.com. I offer large scale readings because that's what I have time for, and that's what my energy is being drawn to do now. So there really isn't a small type like 3-card reading or anything like that. So if you're looking for something like that, I don't have that available at this moment because it doesn't sit in my space well right now. But I do have very large readings available. I also have a year ahead spread reading. I'm really excited about that. If anyone wants me to help them out and do a year ahead spread reading for them, spirit connections, manifestation magic readings, feel free to go and check it out. But let me concentrate now on what we need to know. Okay. Here's what we got. Ooh. Ooh, this is the dark, baby. Look, we have reversed the light in the unexpected. Take a look at this card upright and look where this squiggly goes up and out of view. And now with this reversed, we have this almost looking like this is the path that's going to be taking us to this, what I am seeing is an eye. And this is like the darkest card in the deck. So if you take a look at all of these, they're very pastel-y, they're very light. There is not that many dark. Look at that vibrant red. This is like the only dark card in the deck. Let me just sit with this for a second. Yeah, I'm seeing, okay. So with this card in reverse, I'm feeling like in the recent past, a lot of us have been feeling a bit stuck or a bit blocked with either getting information on making a decision or wanting opportunities, and you're not getting them. They're not grasping. They're not here right in front of our faces, and we're having a hard time accessing what to do, where to go, or how to use our energy to figure out a solution. Within this, I do see there's opportunity for all of us collectively to access the answers or to get, this is definitely just in general for sure, there's options for us to look within, and the answers are always there for us. But I'm seeing this energy even more heightened in a suggestion for all of you to look into things like your messages from your dreams, and especially along the regards of the question with gods and goddesses and waving. Are they waving at me and I'm just not seeing their waves, kind of thing? There's energy or things that is coming across from spirit or the universe, spirit, however you want to word it, in which there is a center within us that we can access to gain what we're looking for, that light. But it's going to be in a way that we're not expecting it, unexpected. So we're going to be able to access that. So if maybe you're someone that meditates every single day, and it's just not working for you, I would say switch it up. Get creative on things, because if you're getting frustrated, you feel like you're at a dead end, or you're just feeling like nothing's working, nothing's coming to you, there's an opportunity for us all here to switch it up a bit, and things are going to come to us. Answers are going to come to us. Opportunities are going to open up for us in ways that we don't normally think that they're going to happen. Sometimes we get so fixed on wanting something and going about it in a certain direct way that we don't allow the universe or spirit to work in our favor. So it's really important for us as a group here collectively to have a goal in mind, or to have an answer that we want to get, or a question that we want answered, or a situation that we want to kind of achieve. But be open to the way in which we receive that message, or let that happen. Because I feel like there's a spark of hope, there's an opportunity, or there's a message that we can get if we just kind of allow ourselves to find our way naturally to that source. So however that works for you, however that goes for you, I'm seeing that we might be forcing it, or we might have gotten like we've given up energy, like, oh, what's the point? It's not working, or I don't know, I feel like I don't know. Do something to switch it up a bit and to let the universe work for you, because I feel like it's there. We're just forcing it too much. We need to kind of find our way there naturally, and then the light will happen unexpectedly. Does that make sense? Does everybody make sense? So connect that. General readings are a little difficult, because connect that for however you feel like that works for you, or that might be helpful to you. Again, if you're someone that's like, I'm making lists every single day and I can't find why I'm not getting these things met or my needs met, maybe put the list aside for a day, or maybe go about things and switch it up a bit, or don't force your way into achieving this in a direct way. Have it in mind and allow the universe to work for you. Okay, go with the flow and let it happen naturally. But it will happen if you set the intention and you manifest that goal, for an answer, for an opportunity, for a way. Yeah, for sure, find your flow. But it's more so about, I want to stress that this isn't like, oh, let's just let it happen. There is a sense of urgency in, I'm not just sitting back and doing nothing here. I'm feeling like this is like, I still need to go, but I don't need to be so fixed on point A to point B. I have to recognize that, like, I have a point A and I want to end here, but there might be all these other directions that I need to hit before I get to my goal. Okay, that is what I felt. Let me go back. Can I plug myself for 3-card readings? Yeah, go for it, girl. You guys can plug your own ish. I'm cool with that. Samantha or anyone in the chat, have y'all smelled weird things that don't belong? All the time. I smelled this metal burning cream cheese whipper or wrapper burning in random times, at least 4 or 5 times a day. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, that happens to me quite a bit. I've talked about one of those stories. I think it was in my paranormal series. That to me is always spirit. Always. For me, personally. When I'm smelling things that nobody else smells, or when I'm in a space where the environment hasn't changed at all and nothing's different, and then all of a sudden I'm smelling this very distinct, different smell, for me personally, that's always going to be spirit connecting with me, because I'm very sensory driven, and that's how I come across things. So maybe access, exactly what you're smelling, when you're smelling, what's happening around you when you're smelling those things. Maybe keep a log of, like, here's this smell again, and I happened at this time. Here's where I was at. Here's what I was thinking about. And then at the end of like a week or whatever, go back and see how they're similar, or maybe if there's somebody that's crossed over that you could connect to, or if there's maybe a message that you're kind of connecting to what's happening. That would be my suggestion. Yuri Kiki said, yes, thank you, Sammy. This message makes so much sense. Thank you. I need to switch it up for sure. Virgo Moon. Oh, girl, I feel you. That Virgo energy. Good. I'm so glad that connected with you guys. Hey, everyone. Hi, Tribal Woman. How you doing this morning? Yeah, I get smells that shouldn't be there all the time. Yeah, Sam, take a look at that maybe. It could be important. Or you could just have the nose of a bloodhound. Yeah. So for the past 3 days, I've been smelling garlic, and only in one area in the hallway. My husband doesn't smell it, so I know it's for me, but might be my mom because she loved garlic. Cute. I love garlic too. Ooh, put the garlic. Ghosts just like me. Goals. Yeah, that's super cute, Tribal Woman. I would say if that's what you're feeling it is, then that's what it is, for sure. Is there something in the hallway? Do you have like a picture of her in the hallway? Or what do you do when you're walking down the hallway, and are you thinking of her, or what? Samantha, hi, I just found your channel and love your videos. With the card you just pulled, any advice for Virgo Sun, Aries Moon? Oh, that's some energy there. Virgo Moon, or Virgo Sun, Aries Moon. I mean, it's a general reading, so however you're connecting to what I said. As far as Virgo Sun goes, it's definitely going to be the part about not trying to control exactly how you get to point A to point B. Like, it doesn't have to be a point B, it could be a point F, and going along the way, because Virgo energy is very controlling, but in a ritualistic sense. Like, we really want to know how it's happening, when it's happening. We want to plan, we want to have strict borders and boundaries, we want to stick to what we're doing. And when it goes too far out of what we want, it becomes kind of a challenging aspect. So I would say don't get angry about it with that Aries Moon. Don't just have a tantrum and kind of be like, forget it. Because Aries energy is very quick to react to things, especially when it's in a position like the moon. It's very emotional. So I see people with Aries moons get very frustrated or have very intense flare-ups of emotions. So you could get really, really sad really, really quickly and intensely, and then it'll be over with. So with that Virgo Sun, Aries Moon, with the message that I just gave, stick to whatever I just gave, but just know that that is definitely going to relate a little bit more to someone with like Virgo energy, is what I'm feeling, is with the aspect of it will happen if you want it to happen. It just doesn't always have to happen exactly how you want it to happen. Or you might be looking for an answer and the light can come very unexpectedly to you. And when you just kind of release and switch it up, find different things. If something's not working, switch it up. Everyone's name is Samantha. Me too. I actually received ghost story. I actually have a recent ghost story if anyone wants to hear. Duh, we totally want to. Question about sensory. Let's go with it, because I could talk about the senses and my synesthesia for hours. Question about sensory. Does anyone else see light flickers at the corner of their eye? Mine isn't at the corner of my eye. That could be spirit coming to you, but I will see random flashes or little sparks of light all over the place. I have to be careful when I'm wearing my glasses though, because the light can reflect or pick up differently with my glasses. So I always immediately when I see something, I'm like, am I wearing my glasses? If so, yes. And I try and like kind of go around to see if I could recreate it. And if I can't, then I will search how I feel. I do try to debunk things. But sometimes it just happens and I'm like, oh, no, that was different. But when I close my eyes, sometimes before bed, I will get a feeling that there's something else in the room or something else that I need to be thinking about or accessing before I go to bed. And almost always there's this like flash or this bright white light that takes over my whole vision. And I'm like, okay, hey, what's up, spirit? What do you want me to know? What you doing? And some of those times is when the most meaningful messages from my spirit guides will come through. So just, again, with something like that, maybe keep a record of when and where you are when that happens, when you see it. How are you feeling? What are you thinking about? And then go back and say, what are the similarities between these things? Or did every single time I feel like it was spirit? Then I would say it was spirit or whatever, whatever works for you. I always look and don't see anything and then go back to what I was doing. And then I see the same light at the same spot. Yeah. So that I would say there's something going on here. Chapters 1 through 10 before next week, I think. Yes, so if someone just asked, we are going through chapters 1 through 10. And yeah, I have been trying to control everything. Yes, thanks for that. So there's a difference between having goals and wanting things to happen and overthinking, over planning, over controlling a situation and blocking yourself out from getting that information. My biggest with that message is to everybody switch it up. Just switch it up a bit, okay? Switch it up. Whatever that means for you, switch it up. Okay, so over the weekend we were in our meditation room and there was this really loud thump. I assumed one of our animals knocked something over, so I didn't go check right away. I went to get water. Lights or shapes in my peripheral vision. Everyone's kind of... Did you by chance already go over techniques to develop sensory? Oh, I didn't. If so, I will watch the playback. No, I haven't. I just had to leave for a second, but I feel like it doesn't come naturally. So working with the senses, you mean? Like, I guess that's what you have to mean. God, I have so many things I want to suggest to you. So I could totally make a video on that. And I kind of am in a weird roundabout way. So the video that's coming out Wednesday is an artistic, poetic, very short, creative video. It's 3 minutes long, but it's about color being my most magical tool, my most powerful magical tool. And I kind of wanted to go through and make a video like that for each of the senses. But for me, one of the ways I think, let me break it down. Oh, there's so many things I could talk about with that. Start with something you really connect with. So think about the senses, think about spirit, think about sight, sound, taste, touch, think about all the senses. And then try to think of something that relates to the senses that you feel most connected with. So whether it's color, whether it's the texture of a blanket, whether it, like, are you really sensitive to what textures are on clothing? Are you really particular about your bedding? So is that like touch? So you're really specific about touch. Do you connect a ton to music, or do you really connect a ton to movies? And think about the different senses. Are you very sensitive to smell? And you might be all of these things. But if you're trying to you're trying to work with your senses more, I think breaking them down and working on one thing at a time. And instead of being like, smell, what do I do for smell? I would work kind of backwards, the opposite way. Find something that you already know you connect to and relate it to the senses. So let's just say you're very food driven. You're very particular about the way your food tastes. You're very influenced with the way that food makes you feel. And you want to go in to taste and play around with that. And I would say, create some sort of exercise for yourself. Let's say you take 1 week and you think, I'm going to give myself each day, I'm going to break down a different type of taste, and I'm going to give myself that taste, and I'm going to journal about how that made me feel and how I liked it or I didn't like it, or what things I connected with to eating that certain taste, right? So you could do Sour Patch Kids for 1 day. So you could eat your Sour Patch Kids and you can sit down and journal about what you feel about connected to the Sour Patch Kids, what you felt like before, what you felt like afterwards, what your mind went to when you were eating the Sour Patch Kid. The next day you can do like mashed potatoes and do something really, savory and like a comfort food. So that's the kind of ways in which you can play around and connect more with your senses. Make it fun, make it easy, and use something that you already know that you're into or that you can creatively make into an exercise to connect with your senses. Same thing with music. Be like, every single day of the week, I'm going to listen to a different genre of music, and that's the only thing I'm going to listen to all day. I'm going to journal about what I feel like about that genre of music before, how I felt when I was listening to it, and what I thought afterwards. You don't have to journal, but those are the kind of suggestions that you could break it down and make it a little bit easier. I will usually just stop and feel the energy of the room when it happens. Samantha, no. I do see this odd rainbow aura that covers my entire field of vision. Does anybody else get this? Yeah, that happens to me quite a bit, Samantha. That's a good way to explain what it kind of looks or feels like. Someone noticed that there was a random decoration that was on the floor. When I noticed that this really heavy pottery piece had fallen from the top shelf but shouldn't have, as it was. Sam, this sounds very similar to my paranormal story concerning a glass jar full of straws and an accident that happened with my brother at the same exact time in the middle of the night. So I'm waiting for you to type the rest. So the other day I saw a gold flash at the bottom of my door and I looked and saw nothing, and then I went back to reading and saw it again. When that happens, Angie, again, just think about how you feel. Think about what sorts of things you're doing, where your mind went. What's the first thing that your mind thought of? So you saw this flash, and what's the first thing that you saw or that you felt before you started doubting things? Like, what did you feel like? What did you see? Did you think, oh my God, maybe it's my grandma? Or, oh my gosh, maybe, is it spirit? Or whatever. It's not even about like hopeful. It's about what did it feel like immediately when you saw that? Because then we do something where it's like, oh my God, maybe it was this, maybe I'm doubting this. And that's good too. It's very nice to make sure that we're being practical and logical about things concerning that. But at the same time, we want to go with our gut instinct and really, really know what we're feeling in those situations. Sam says, my hip needs to crack. Nowhere near the edge, so I put it all back thinking that was weird, and then went back to meditation room to see if a metal candle holder had been snapped at the base. It wasn't on the floor or anything like that. It was just snapped. Oh, hey Melissa, what's up? Oh my God, I'm here. Hi. I'm kind of going back through the comments, so you might have been here for a while. Just spurts. Hold on. Hi Melissa. Sometimes the universe has a better plan that we don't know about. Not too long ago, I was sitting at my computer Okay, let me go up. Let me try and get it. I'm smelling it again. Really? That's awesome, Lily. I would definitely take and write down the information of like where you are, what you're doing, you're talking about it. How do you feel? Madeline says, senses to be more receptive to spiritual energy around me. It will come in huge spurt, but only every few years and stick memory. Okay. So yeah, I would just go with what I was suggesting. Angie won your competition. You're a Kiki, so cute. Yay, Melissa. Angie was the winner. I will link up with you guys and make sure I'm doing the right thing to give her the phone reading. Yay! Yay for recommendations. That makes sense. Pun intended, Madeline. And I like that. Thank you. I'll try and see what I'm more receptive to and try to break it down. You know, that would actually really help me with mindful eating too. That way you can make correlation about certain foods really make you feel good or not. Yes. Oh, awesome. Angie already did it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up with the comments. Yay! Angie was like, what? Me? It was really cute, Melissa. So how are you doing, Melissa? Does anybody have questions for Melissa while she's here? Because we don't know how long she's going to be able to stay. Melissa, again, I'm sorry I couldn't figure out the link this morning in time to get it face-to-face, but it sounds like that's better for you anyways with all that you've got going on. So Melissa, if you guys are just tuning in, Melissa, the author of the book that we just finished and all the stuff that I plugged in the beginning of here. I'm good. I'm sorry to be late, but I do have a muggle jab, so it gets bananas. I feel you. That's how it's been for me for the last 2 weeks. I was this close to just this. I've read that. It's solid. You're such a jerk. Yeah, it's super good. You've heard of this book, Melissa? So if anybody has any questions for Melissa about the book or anything, or you want to know any more information about her new book that we talked about in the beginning of this live stream, yeah, it won an award or something. You're such a jerk. You're funny. Yeah. Hi guys. Hi there. How are you today? We've covered a whole gangle of, that's the word for me. Ask me. Yeah, so we broke it down, you guys. We broke down the sections in the book. We did the introduction bit in the beginning as a live stream, and then we went through the major arcana, which was a lot. It was a 5-hour 2-part live stream for the major arcana, and then we broke down the first half of the minor and then the second half of the minor, and then we did the court cards. Was there any section or anything within this or tarot in itself that you feel like you still aren't connecting to, or you feel like you want a little bit more of Melissa's perspective and you're kind of like, Sam, shut up about it. Well, let's hear what Melissa has to say. Because she's here. So anything about learning the cards, superstitions, crazy readings I've done, that would be cute. Okay, so I will ask a question if nobody else does, or they're typing and they're not doing it quick enough. I want to know if there was any reading that you did or any situation within a reading that you felt as though you got in the way of the message and how you were able to kind of find your way around that. And I'm sure that this might have happened maybe a little bit more towards like the beginning of you reading or learning, but was there a situation in which you could feel like you yourself was blocking things coming through, or you were letting your own situation getting in the way, and how did you find your way around that, or a suggestion you could give for people, if that makes sense? And then I'll read some of the other questions. If you guys have questions specifically for me or Melissa, please write them in all caps so that I can find them easily as I'm going through, because the chat is moving kind of quickly. So just let me know. But I've got a couple here. Oh, y'all, I'm going to have to take a pee break. So Melissa says, there are a few times I was reading for my friend's BF and saw that they were cheating on her, but I didn't want it to be the case, so I read around that and convinced myself that I was wrong. How did that turn out? So were you reading? Yeah, you were reading for my friend's BF and I saw that they were cheating on her. Okay. So you knew when you were reading that he was cheating on her, and you just kind of like didn't say anything. And now with that, did you find that experience pushed you more towards just saying it? Yeah, that fucking sucked. I'm sure that it did. So that's interesting though, because she later found out that he was cheating, and then I had to tell her that I thought that was the case, so she was mad at me, and so was I. Yeah, that's a difficult situation when it comes to like what Veronica said. That is the hard part about reading for friends. Yeah, and I feel like when you're friends with somebody, it can be so casual as like, oh my gosh, can you do a reading for me? I would love for you to connect. You know me really well, and I'd like your opinion on things. But then there is that difficulty within the little white lies that we tell our friends. But when you're reading, it's like those are the messages that are coming across. That's difficult. It's always better to say the thing because it will back up on you. What a King of Swords type of things to say, Melissa. Yeah, I agree though. I definitely do, especially when you're giving messages, because if that person is willing or wanting you to give them guidance, then they're open and willing to receive whatever that guidance is. In my opinion, there's definitely a way to word things instead of just being like, so you're cheating on my best friend, huh? There is certain ways to go about things in different situations or with different people, depending on the situation. Or if he's just a jackass and you don't like him, just be like, what are you doing? Get out of here. But yeah, so that's an interesting thing. So let me see if I can go back. Melissa, do you recall? Let me go back up and make sure I didn't miss anybody's questions. King and Queens of the Court cards. So Melissa, can you... King of Swords, it's me. The cards were the Seven of Swords and the Moon. Oh wait, hold on. I always ask, are you sure? Because it will be honest. Some folks say no because they don't want to hear. And then like, all right, go see a different reader who will fluff around the topic for you, because I'm not going to do that. Yeah, so I get it. Yeah, those are some cards, huh? Seven of Swords and the Moon and the Lovers. That's pretty like spelled out for me. It's like, that's pretty much like he's cheating on you or you're cheating on her. Kings are more traditionally masculine, more rigid, more logic driven. Yeah, so there is definitely, I think, probably some question for people who might not understand like the difference between King and Queen energies, because they definitely do sit parallel to me more than the Knights and the Pages do. Queens are more traditionally feminine, more comfy and loving, and more emotion driven. Yeah, so that's a good way to break it down. It's Queen of Swords versus King of Swords. I always find it hard. Yeah, even the Queen of Swords, she loves you, which is why she doesn't put up with your bullshit. Yeah, that's a really good question, and I feel like out of all the core cards where people could probably get hung up the most is the difference between the King and the Queens, because it's not as drastic of a difference between the energies of like the Pages and the Knights. Like I said, the Kings don't give a damn about you, but about the bigger picture. That's also a good way to word it. You're so smart. You're awesome, Melissa. Yeah. So I hope that helps. Think of them. So think of it in the way that you would think about the Empress and the Emperor. Both are archetypes that are coming about it at the same level, but one is yin and one is yang, and one is go out and get, and one is sit. One is sit and attract, and one is go out and get. One is the divine feminine, one is the divine masculine. They work along the same parallel in my mind, but they are completely different forces of archetype or energy or whatever you want to call it. Same thing with it comes to the Queen of Swords or the Queens or the Kings. So I wouldn't necessarily see them, and a lot of the times when you read them in tarot books, and keep talking if you want, Melissa. I'm just trying to fill until... Okay, so she says, so if I see Queen of Swords, I'll remember that trickle of water that's behind her throne. She does care. It is similar to the waterfall in the Empress, but it's further away and has less impact. Yeah, I think that it's really important too to recognize that a lot of the times they have to, when you're opening up a deck and you're going card by card, right? You'll see typically when you get to the court cards, it'll be like the page, the knight, the queen, and then the king. But when you get to the queen or the king, I really wouldn't think of them as like one before the other. They are in some regard, but I would think of them more so along the same lines as the emperor and the empress. It's just different ways of communicating that energy. Like Melissa said, how one is more feminine and more emotional sense, and one is more rigid. I don't care about you, but let's look at the big overall picture. Yeah, they're two sides of the same coin. But I think that that can be confusing for people because a lot of the times, either in tarot books or, you have to kind of make an order to things, and sometimes decks or books will switch the king or queen, so it will go page, knight, king, and then queen. But either way, I can see that. The Emperor has a bit of a lake on the bottom left of the card, but again, it's distant. Yes, Melissa, I see it as the receptivity of the queen, but still authoritative. Yeah. So I hoped that answered your question, Kiki. Let me go back and see. I know that there was one more question. I'm really hoping that my moderators are still here, and if I'm missing questions, if they could re-type them in caps. Melissa, do you have a card that you pull often? So like somebody's asking about a stalker card, or a card that you continually connect with or get a lot. That's the fucked up gender binary that we deal with in society, but it can be helpful to fix the cards in your mind and meanings. Yeah. Ooh, I'm stalked by the High Priestess. Do tell. The High Priestess is an interesting one to get. Do you feel like the one that you're stalked by is reminding you to be the High Priestess or to listen to the message of the High Priestess? She follows me around and yells at me to keep writing. Oh, it comes up in other people's readings, and it's me. So all of the things. Yeah, the High Priestess isn't one that I feel like, it comes up relatively a lot, but not, I won't go, oh my gosh, it's the High Priestess again. But yeah. High Priestess rules. Yeah, I guess if there's any card that's going to show up time and time again, it's not the worst, Yep, she reminds me that I am her and she is me, and I need to suck it up and just do the thing. That's a pretty good stalker card. That's a pretty good one. All right, so let's see what else you guys were asking. Melissa, would you say that using 2 decks at the same time gives more detail for new time readers, or should we stick to 1 deck in a reading? I think it's called layering, but I'm not completely sure. Yep, she reminds me that I'm her. So do you recommend when somebody's learning to stick with 1 deck or to use multiple decks or to kind of discover? Honestly, it's complicated, and I think overly complicated at that. Can you elaborate a little more? Because I agree with that sentence, but I kind of don't want to like put words in your mouth and interpret it in a way that it's not. If you're learning just 1 deck, honestly, the Celtic Cross is too complicated. Okay, I agree on that. Yeah, I agree on that. I think everyone's different too. So she's saying she recommends 1 deck. The simpler you keep things, the easiest it is to remember. Yeah, I think my only add-on to that would be sometimes we think, okay, stick to 1 deck, but like when I was starting to learn, I had a few decks already, and I had gone out and I was like, I'm going to pick my deck. I'm going to pick the one that's calling to me, and I'm going to do it. And it's going to be great, and I'm going to love it. And I went to the Witchy store near me, and I was like feeling around, and I was looking, and I picked this tarot deck, and I was like, this is it. This is calling to me. I love this so much. I love the imagery on it. I'm obsessed with it. And then I literally did not understand, because the imagery is like, this is like one of the most difficult, I feel like one of the most difficult things to read with, to learn. I mean, because it is just so, like, here's the 2 of stones. Like, if you don't know tarot, this is really difficult to kind of get a learn or sense on. This is a great death card, though. But so I was, for a very long time, so stuck on this being the deck I was going to learn with. I'm only going to use one deck. I'm going to just get it and understand it and learn it. But if it's not working for you, I don't want you to think that you can't go out and explore other decks till you find one that seems to connect or work. But once you find that deck, I agree with Melissa, into sticking with it for a while and really learning the system through that deck. I highly recommend getting some sort of Rider-Waite, but if you just absolutely hate it, yeah. So let me go back now and read, because Melissa is, what? The simpler you keep it, keep things, the easiest it is to remember what you're doing and why. If you throw more things down, it's going to build layers into your readings. Are you ready for that? You're the only one that can judge that. So she says, sounds good. Just curious in regards to if a card is already in use in the spread, is it possible to be meant for another position in the spread as well? And then are you shit out of luck? I don't layer decks. No, not that handle ick. I know, but my friend does, and she does a great job. Use all of the decks, just one at a time for a bit. I have 155 decks. I have a problem. That's a lot of decks. Yeah, Samantha says she layers her decks. If I layer decks, it will only be because I want to layer a tarot with an oracle. So that's the only time. And I do layer decks, but I will not use tarot. Or I don't really use oracle. I will use a tarot deck with an oracle deck. And that way I'm getting more clarifying energies to things, but I'm not going to be overwhelming. At this point, it's cool for me to do it, but if I was learning out, I would definitely not recommend layering your decks or doing too many at once, just because, like Melissa says, keep it simple. Like, that's a lot of the times why people get intimidated or quit or don't understand things fully, is because they're overwhelming themselves. Keep it simple. Pull one card a day. Pull one card a week. Do a 3-card spread for yourself every day. But whatever works for you. I just started following you and I'm already here and alive. Yay, welcome. Samantha says, but only for myself. I won't do readings for other people with layered decks. Okay, Melissa says, I think whatever you layer or not, just be sure to get the basics down first, or it will make you feel stabby. Agreed. Perfect way to bring it on in. All right. So does anybody else have any questions that they asked that I've missed? Or anything that they want to know from Melissa? Veronica says, I only started layering decks recently and I love it, but it's definitely not for every reading. I like experimenting with my decks, but I agree with keeping it simple as a rule. Yeah, cool. So for an example, I talked about doing chakra readings. I love to do this chakra alignment spread, the reading I have on my website, and it's a 7-card spread, but sometimes I feel inclined to use, so I'll use like a tarot deck for each of the chakras and I will go into the energies of that, but I might want to back it up with a colorful deck. So I might use, in connection with that, I'll lay down the 7 tarot cards, but I might want to layer one of these oracle cards on here. And if you get, something conflicting, or the colors help me to kind of give even more adding on there. So that's, I don't know if maybe that didn't even make sense. But like, if I'm working with the position of like the throat chakra and I get, the High Priestess, and then I also get, something like the Light and the Dark, I will be able to kind of layer that in there with the colors. I guess Samantha's are naturally drawn to witchy stuff. It's because of Samantha and the Bewitched, I'm sure of it. That's who I was named after. I was named after Samantha from Who's the Boss, the Alyssa Milano character. I think whenever you layer cards. Okay, so does anybody have, did I miss? I'm sure I missed questions. Hi Debbie, how are you doing today? We are just having a casual Q&A. Melissa Cynova is here with us and she's taking questions about whatever you got for her. I'm trying to think if I have another question. Let's see. I feel like my questions are probably... Oh, okay. I have a question about your new book, What is something that you're most excited for with this new book and the topic that you're diving in for? And, can you give us a little bit about, what came to you and why you're choosing to do the topic around the new book? I'm trying to read questions too while I'm talking and I got distracted. Sorry. My mom wants me to name my daughter Tabitha. You have to. You have to do that, Sam. Yes. So I'm sure Melissa's typing right now. Yeah, I'm actually teaching a course in the Elements vibe at the Northwest Tarot Symposium, by the way. Awesome. So Melissa, if you want to email me the deets for that, I will leave them in the description box below once this posts, so that people can check it out and know. I already let them know about your kitchen table tarot course. I let them know about your new book. I plugged all of the things. So I will be leaving links to all of that. But can you just tell us a little bit about what you're most excited for with this new topic of your book? Okay, so I gave a reading to a client whose life was broken. She asked if I could fix it. She was unemployed, just divorced, got in a car accident on the way home from signing forms. Ugh. Whew! And became disabled. Oh my God. So I realized, no, I couldn't fix her life. Wow. Okay. It's a lot. But I could help her fix it herself, and her son was in rehab. Oh my gosh. If that isn't a extreme tower moment, I don't know what. So I designed a spread to talk to each part of her life. Loving it. And I'm sure you're breaking them down into the elements: mind, air, home, earth, fire, body. Yes. I love your necklace. Thank you so much. Thank you. I will talk about that in 1 second. I did see your question. I'm going to let Melissa finish. Thank you so much, Lily. That is so amazing. I love that so much. So if you guys are just coming in now, Melissa's talking about her new book that is coming out in March. You can pre-order it now. Tarot Elements, Water, Emotion, and Spirit, Soul. So each reading has a direct purpose. And I'm going to let her keep going. This is so cool. I love this so much. Thank you for joining us, Melissa, and telling us all of the things and expanding your knowledge upon us. And it's essentially how to use your cards to help you reset your life, to get back to a firm ground and shed the things that don't serve you. Love it. To break it down, again, this is kind of along the same lines as wanting to connect to your senses, and how I was giving you suggestions with breaking down each thing. This is what it's going into for her, but she's using elemental energies, and I can't wait. And the thing I'm most excited about is that I've seen this make differences in people's lives. That's awesome. That is so cool. I definitely want to have this be a book club book for us again. I would love to dive into it. So when it comes out, I definitely want to offer it up as one of our books, because I think that we could gain a lot of benefits from that. And we've talked a lot about using, also Rachel Pollack said it was awesome. That's kind of I don't know if you know, I'm kind of a big deal. That's amazing. Yay, Madeline says she is pre-ordering book now because I need to get back to firm ground. I love this. So like, oh my God, freaking out much? That's amazing. Congratulations. Melissa, I was saying that I got really excited when you sent me a copy of it to read, even though I had already pre-ordered it, but I didn't want to read any of it while we were still talking about kitchen table tarot, just in case I said anything or related to anything. I was super nervous. So literally I'm going to be starting that today, and I'm so excited to see what you've created. Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. So oh my God, freaking out much? So yeah, I will leave the link to that again in the description box below. Does anybody else have any questions for Melissa? I'm probably going to stay on for about Sorry, did I drop a name there? My bad. When does it come out? It comes out March, Debbie. March. I don't know exactly what day. Maybe Melissa can tell. Was it March? March 2019. But you can get it. You can pre-order it now. Yeah. I think I had already pre-ordered it before we even started Kitchen Table Tarot. I'm doing a book signing in St. Louis, one in Portland. Fun! You're coming to Detroit, right? Because everybody wants to come to Detroit. Bum, 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 bum. That's awesome. I'm really excited for you and for me. Portland, one in Cincinnati, and one in Virginia. Oh my gosh, she's a traveling queen. All of the book signings. That's awesome. I do want to come to Detroit. I have bros there. Said bro. I love Detroit. I think Detroit is awesome. California. Debbie's like, telling her to come to California. And in Nashville. Oh my God, I love Nashville. I love George. My boyfriend loves Nashville. Come to California. Come to California. California is so big though. What areas are you guys wanting her to come to in California? Dum, dum. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Because I can come up with a question for Melissa pretty easily. Come to Chicago. I do. Okay, go for it, Angie. What's your question? George just sent me a text too. I saw it come up that says, call me. And I was like, ugh. So I'm only going to live stream for until it hits 2 hours. So about half an hour more. Yeah, Sammy, my bro. Sammy's my bro. I might come to LA in the fall. Ooh, fun. I love that. That would be awesome. I'm sorry, I was with a client. I couldn't write, but I could hear. I do. Okay, so did you have a question? It's fine, Angie. It's cool. Did you have a question when you said I do? I didn't know if you were... Do you read your family members? Oh, that's a good question. So do you read for your family members? That's what Angie wants to know. The winner of the giveaway. The winner of the giveaway. I should have wrote her whole name, but I just put Angie down because I was like lazy about it. The winner. Oh, and Melissa, since you missed it, I pulled the people out of this little cat mug. I didn't know if you got a kick out of that or not because it looks like your 3 little babies. Okay, Melissa says about reading for her family members. Tricky, no, but if I don't want to. I read for my dad all the time. I won't read for my sister because she's nuts. I was kind of hesitant about reading my mom, or mostly she was nervous, I think, of what I would tell her. She's nuts. Yeah, I think it would be kind of like use your own discretion kind of thing. Especially thinking about what Melissa said when she talked about reading for her best friend's BF, because you know, and I asked them to make a donation afterwards for payment to an LGBTQ teen group. If they don't want to do that, I say no. Oh my gosh, I love that suggestion. I might pick that up for myself. I love that. That's amazing. Something important. 30 years ago, I would read for anyone because I didn't want to be mean or rude. It's only been the last 15 years that I felt comfortable having boundaries. That's amazing. I absolutely love that. Yeah, because you don't want to charge your family. You know, if the family's family, depending on what family it is, if it's your second cousin removed twice with the, whatever, and it's there, then yeah. But if it's family, like if it's your mom or dad or sister or brother or whatever, sister-in-law, you're like, I don't want to charge you, but you do want to make sure that you're getting compensated somehow. And that's a great suggestion, is to put up, like, please donate money to a foundation that I care about. That's amazing. Learn how to say no. Don't be nice. Be kind. Nice means that you scream internally and do what people want. Kind means that you have boundaries. Kind means that you have boundaries and you expect others to have them too. Yes. That's really awesome. That's a great suggestion and a great way to look at it. Off topic, kind of not. So I'm excited, Melissa, to have one. I'm really excited to hear what you have to say, and thank you so much for even offering this. 11:30? Ignore 11:30. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. That's so awesome. I'm so glad that you won and you're so excited, Angie. Then you really did deserve it. You're awesome helping here, and you must, yeah. Yeah, I freaked briefly. I'm booked today. I wrote it on here as I was talking on the phone. However, shoot me an email and we'll figure out a time, Sunshine. No worries. Yay! That's awesome. All right, what else? What else you got, guys? To a client. I figured she was like trying to book a hair appointment. Well, that's funny. Yeah, these are great questions. Great questions. As far as like family members go, it's funny because my grandma and I, good, go get that business. Yeah, I read for my grandma all the time and she reads for me all the time, but oh, Sammy, your pendant. Sorry. I have seen like 7 comments come up about my necklace. I'm going to get real up and close and personal with you guys. So this is, I think this is Druzy Spirit Quartz. Druzy Aqua Spirit. I can't remember exactly what the name is for it, but isn't that pretty? So that comes in. I do videos every month for the Witch's Sacred Bounty box. I do live streams for the Witch's Moon box, and then opening of the subscription box I get. Same company, they do a Sacred Bounty box that they actually sent to me for free, and I'm really excited so I can open it up and show you guys each month about it. So I pay for the regular subscription, and then they send me this beautiful bounty, and there's always a sacred adornment in it, and I just really felt like I needed to wear this one today. So if you want to check it out, I have videos of me opening that box. Or you can go to thewitchesmoon.com. I am geeky happy today. Just posted my very first hashtag. Awesome. Fun. What's it about, Butterfly Magic? And does anybody else have any questions for Melissa as we're going through? So actually, I have drank a lot of liquid and I have the bladder of a small child. So you guys ask your questions, talk, maybe Melissa can answer. Or if any of my moderators can go back and make sure that I didn't miss any questions, just give me 2 seconds to pee and wash my hands and I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Typical. Sam leaves the dead space. Okay, so love that pendant. Thank you so much, Butterfly. Did someone ask earlier about email readings? It's about tarot, and there is a prize. Nice, that's awesome. Good luck with that, and I'll have to check that out. Send me a link if you want, and I will, so I can remember. Yeah, so Melissa, somebody asked before you got in here, I believe, about email readings, how to connect, and I kind of went into how I suggested to answer the question. It's kind of a big question, but I can, yeah, so I can, you can give your perspective on it. Somebody asked about how you might suggest to connect to somebody via an email reading. So what are some things, that you would suggest to do to get in a mind space to connect energetically for the client that you're reading to? I'm not even going to tell you what I said because I'm kind of interested to see what you think, but I will tell you that I said some people don't read like that, and some people do. So some people are just very like, here's the cards, here's what it says, here's what it is, and some people do want to kind of connect energetically to them. So if you're that kind of person, or if you want to give suggestions for someone who might want to connect energetically, what would you say? Okay, so your cards work because you have faith in them, right? Sounds good. Yep, agreed. So I'm really interested to see what Melissa says. If you have faith that you will be able to connect, you will be able to do so. I literally read people's names and their questions and then just do the reading. Yep. I love it. What a very King of Swords way to answer that. Yeah, so basically it just comes down to Melissa's. The first time I did it, my friend asked me to, and I thought it would be a big M's Cleo mess, and I would seriously fuck it up. Yeah, they just, here's the thing too. I'll let her finish. I'm gonna let you finish, but so I do in-person readings as well as video recorded readings. So I did the reading and sent it, and at the end I wrote, "Hey, are you wearing a gray hoodie and playing with your feet?" And she was in Dallas, and I was in St. Louis. That's amazing! I love that. Yes. So I do in-person readings, and then I also do, sorry you guys, I burnt myself with my curling iron today, and it is like on fire. I do in-person readings, and then I do video recorded readings, and sometimes I feel like it's easier for me to connect to things with video recorded readings because I just it's there in the cards, or it's there when I pick it up. But if someone wants to, like, I like how you broke it down and kept really simple with it, not to overcomplicate it. But if someone is like needing a little bit more backup, things that I said was like, make sure that you're consciously, grounding yourself, consciously making it an effort to like let your own junk go away, and to like focus on the client's name, focus on what the question is, do some maybe like automatic writing, or just kind of sketch it out just to kind of like clear things. But yeah, pretty much if you have faith that your cards are going to write or connect the way that it will, that's really all you need. So just take a deep breath and do your job. The connection is always there. You just need to tap into it. Awesome. Great answer. I was going to say something too, but I can't. What were we talking about before? I thought I had a question. Oh, yeah. What I was going to say was I do in-person readings and I do video recorded readings through my website for people who I can't meet. But sometimes I just like the video recorded readings are easier sometimes because I'm focused on what the cards are saying and what's coming through with the cards. And when I'm in person, I am getting a little bit more of their energy, but sometimes I get a little like, let's come back to the cards. And with video recorded readings or email readings or readings where the person's not physically there, you're not there, for me, I've actually found that tons come through with that, and they don't have to be there because I'm not allowing it to go all over the place, if that makes sense. All right, so let me just make sure I have some notes here. We've pretty much gotten through all of my notes. I'm gonna be on for a little bit, I'm gonna be on for about 15 more minutes or so. Any suggestions for how you can go about getting people to practice on? If you don't know anyone who's into tarot, I need guinea pigs. Yes, great question. Yeah, she does talk a lot about the questions that we're doing, but it is nice to hear her say it again, or the questions that were answered a lot in the book that we're bringing up, but it's good to hear what she's saying. Okay, so I started a tarot meetup because it was so lonely here in St. Louis. Sam, do you use Skype for video readings? My video readings, Lily, are pre-recorded, so I do not use Skype. I do not go face-to-face with the client when I do my video readings. It's recorded and then sent as an unlisted link to somebody to review afterwards. So I do not have any verbal communication with the person when I'm doing my readings. My video readings, however. I thought about doing Skype readings, but the video recorded readings work very well for me, so I don't want to overcomplicate it. I will be a guinea pig. Aw, cute. Yeah, so that's another way. For sure, is to find people in the community through YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, and yeah. So Melissa's saying meetup.com. I have used meetup.com as well when I was first getting into things, and it is bomb. We have about 80 members now, and we have a freestyle tarot practice twice a month, and I do a lecture style course once a month, and then we have swaps twice a year. So either start a meetup or find one, and it will be awesome. Even if one freaking person comes, you're getting getting the opportunity to talk, to share, to practice tarot, which is really important. And that's a great suggestion. Because a lot of the times you might be like, hey, I need guinea pigs, but I don't feel comfortable reading for friends or family members, which then who else are you going to be reading for? So that's really awesome. Yeah, meetup.com is awesome. Not even just for tarot, but for a lot of different things. If you're looking to find a coven, or if you're looking to find, you know, somebody else who's into knitting, or another book club where you can meet up with people locally, meetup.com is awesome. So, and then if you don't find what you're looking for, like Melissa said, like, do your own. Maybe, Sammy, you could host a Zoom meetup in your book club. Zoom allows people to go into private rooms now. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I'm trying to think of how that could work. If we could do it in the Facebook group or just here. Is that for the UK as well? Good question. I'm not sure. Melissa, Laura's asking if meetup is for the UK. I don't know if she would know, but yeah, meetup.com is really cool. That's how I found I like knitting. Yeah, no, that's I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean, you can always just download the app and it will tell you. I'm sure at this point Meetup's been around for a few years. I'm sure that has expanded to other countries. This is such a great time to practice tarot. I was solo for so long, and now to have people like you guys to plug into is amazing. Aw, yes, I found one in Tokyo on meetup.com. Yay! Oh, I just got chills. That's amazing. I don't have Facebook and would love to be included in that. Well, okay, I'll let you guys know how I can set something like that up. That would be a cool thing to do. I know that they have Tabby or Tab over there, and they might have some folks. Yay, Tokyo. Yeah, meetup.com was really, really cool. I learned, I found a few different types of meetups in my area, and they all ended up being out of the same building. And I didn't realize it. Every time I'd look up a meetup, I'd be like, oh, this sounds cool. Let me go do that. It would give me like the address, and I would forget that I would go, and it would be the upstairs of a building every single time, but they were for different things. There was a lot of different tarot connection courses and spiritual things, and it was donation based too. So sometimes they would hold things, and they'd have like a little basket and be like, hey, if you could throw $1 in there or $2 or whatever, that would be really cool. And so, and most of them are free, but with this space, it was like for us to be able to hold it in this space, donations would be cool. So yeah, hi, hiding in the restroom at work to watch your video, Kels. That is really funny, but please do not get in trouble. But you're the real MVP today. MVP, get it? No, I'll go home. I like the Zoom idea. Yeah, that would be really fun to open up some sort of Zoom. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe I can ask. I am going live again today with plug, but the reason why I'm plugging this is because I have used Zoom before. I have used Zoom before when like I did live streams with other people on their channels. Like we used Google Hangouts when I was on STW. I think we used Zoom with Simon when Simon interviewed me. So I've done a few of those, but like I've never been the one to set it up, so I'm a little novice at that. But we are using Zoom for my collaboration live stream with Shell Dean from Australia from the channel Art by Feeling at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. So I will try and ask her about how we could make that a function and what we might be able to do to set that up, because she's a Zoom genius. So yeah. All right, I think we will take one more question for Melissa, and then I'm going to recap a few things to keep in mind for next week, and then I'm going to get going. So is anybody... All right, we'll take two more questions. Anybody have another question for Melissa? The author, award-winning author of Kitchen Table Tarot. I'm so excited for your new book. And then I gotta go, but I can't thank you guys enough. This has been so cool for me. I appreciate you. seriously, yeah, no, I'm going to, for sure, Melissa. So two more questions, and if nobody answers them, then I will, or no one asks questions, then I will give you one final question. But yeah, this has been really cool that you've been a part of this too, because we've done a few books now, and independent publisher aware award for best first book, bronze, which means that I am number 3. I'm number 3. That's so woo, that is rich. You are freaking hilarious. It's been really cool because we have done so many different types of topics. We've done a book, we've done earth magic, protection magic, we've done astrology, we've done Green Witch book, we've done, we've done a good array of certain things, and I've been really waiting for the right time to incorporate tarot. So I was like, when I knew we were going to be doing tarot, I was like, for sure going to start with your book. And so it's been amazing to have you along with this process. It's just made it so, it's the extra little goodie. It's so cool that the author's here and that you're so involved. It's amazing. Any tips for aspiring authors? I would also like to hear your take on that. That's amazing. Yeah, good question, Yoriki. Any advice for aspiring authors? I'm sure she's got don't do it. Get out while you still can. Melissa says yes, just write. That's the best way to do it. Don't stop. Go to the publishers' websites that have similar books to the one you want to publish. Find their submission guidelines and just do the thing. Keep it basic and simple and to the point. Don't overcomplicate it. So yeah, if you want to write a book, write. That's what she says. Just write. Write all the time, do the thing, and write. Good suggestion. Yeah, because I think a lot of people will get like really caught up in like, how am I gonna get this published? When would I do? How would I go about it? And it's like, just write it. Just write it. I actually deleted all of Kitchen Table Tarot once and didn't submit it again for 5 years because I thought it sucked. When you get a rejection, send another submission to another company that day. Ooh, that fire in that tone. Yeah. So I think that we literally are the ones that'll sabotage us the most. And I feel like a lot of people might be like, I didn't get into this publisher, and then it's over. Just keep going. Just keep. And what was I gonna say? I think Vix from New Age Hipster just came out with her fiction book. Was it 1983 or something like that? And yeah, I think she said it took her 10 years or something to complete that. So just do it. Just gotta do the thing. If you want to be a writer, you have to write and you have to hear no. It will piss you off and make you chase the yes. Yes, Sagittarius with 6 planets in Sag. Holy shit, Melissa. Woo! That fire, girl, that fire. I love that. All right, so we're gonna take one more question. Okay, I'm going to give the final question. What is one thing that, and you kind of are answering it the same way every time you're answering a question, but what is the one thing that you have felt that we might have not fully gone into, or what is there one thing that you want us to take away from this book or from what we've done with our live streams? Is there a bit that you feel like we didn't go over enough, or is there something that you want us to really take away from this book? What's the one thing? And I feel like I kind of already know your answer, but I just want to thank, while you're typing that out, I just want to thank you again for being a part of this. How freaking cool. We had people that were commenting on the playback of last week's, was like, wait, what? Was that the author? She was in that is so cool. And it is. I think that you're so special, and I'm your biggest fan. I'm so excited for you. So yeah, what's the one thing that you either feel like we might have missed the mark on, or that you want us to take away from? Okay, so Melissa says, please, please, please become your own tarot teacher. There is no one way to do things. There is only your way. Pick and choose what works for you, and if it changes, that's okay too. I love it. I love it. That's kind of what I was gonna think that you would say is it, and what I say all the time is, does that feel right? Does that feel like it's working for you? Do you feel like that's the answer? Just be authentic and it will be good. Yay! Thank you so much for joining us in, and I think it worked out a little bit better anyways, that we didn't have to try and stress about face to face, and you can do your own things and get your stuff done, but you still were able to pop into the chat. Have to go to Tokyo to hang out with your Kiki. I know, same. We'll go together. That would be so. I want to go to Japan so bad. Oh my god. Awesome. Thanks, Melissa, and thanks to Sammy. I want to say, so okay, can my moderators get up on here? So listen, thank you so much to Melissa for being here, for offering up a free phone reading. Congratulations again to Angie. She deserves it. I'm so happy for her. I'm so sorry for anyone who didn't win, but I will leave all of the links to Melissa's things once this posts, so you can check out her kitchen table tarot course. You can find the link to pre-order her book in March. All of the things that you need to learn or contact Melissa about, I will leave that in there. I would love to meet you both. Aw, yay! And to know, again, to catch up, next week we are starting the conversation on Uprooted by Naomi Novik. This is a fiction book. A little bit nervous about it, you guys. You guys picked this. I'm really excited about the book, but I don't know how we're going to do these. So we're going to be going over the first 10 chapters because we've had so much time. I cannot. Gotta go. Thank you so much, Melissa. We are leaving as well. Love your face as well. And I hope you have a beautiful day. So we will be starting Uprooted next Monday. I cannot guarantee we will be doing the live stream at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I apologize for that. If you have not heard, I'm taking my grandma to a small procedure, nothing to worry about, but it starts at 8:30 a.m. and I don't know how long it's gonna go. I don't know how much she's gonna need me afterwards. We may be able to start this at 10 a.m. like normal, or we might have to start it at 4 p.m. But stay tuned. Keep a lookout for my Instagram story. You can follow me at Cloud9 Studios. It's always linked below. You can join the Facebook group, Witchy Book Club Facebook group. I will be keeping you guys updated on what time we will start this conversation next week. 10 a.m. is our normal time, so I can't guarantee we will stick to that, and I apologize, but grandma's health is important. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you want to join me live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be going live again today with my friend Sheldine from Australia from Art by Feeling. We're going to be talking all types of goodies again. So I love you all very much, and I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful, magical day. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!